Did you know that 92% of employers search your online presence before they make a hiring decision? Can you imagine what that number is at for people who want to buy your product and service? This is the show where you can come and ask me anything. It's another episode of Office Hours with Professor Nez. Make sure you got your questions ready. This is the best live stream you're going to get right now, learning how to build your brand, earn more, grow faster, and stress less. I'll see you soon. Good morning, happy Sunday, one and all. Welcome to Nez Nation Live Office Hours with yours truly. I am Professor Nez, your personal branding coach, executive career coach, online business strategist. It is so awesome to see you guys. This is a show that we do every single Sunday. Sweeney Dunstan in the house. Good to see you, Sweeney. This is a show that we do every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a live Ask Me Anything office hours. The office is open. Office hours are open. You can ask me anything. Do you have any questions about how to advance your career, how to market yourself on LinkedIn, how to make yourself more presentable, job search, job hunting, interview prep? Do you have any questions about Nez, I want to build my personal brand. I want to be a thought leader. I want to establish myself as an authority in my field. Hey, Nez, I want to start and grow my own coaching business, I want to sell my own products and services. This is the show where you can come and learn and also just have a real darn good time, because we have a real good time here at Nez Nation Live. This ain't no average live stream because I ain't no average professor. And so I want you to have fun. I want to bring some life. I want to bring some good mojo to y'all. That's what I love to do with this live stream. It's a little bit different than our other segment. You know, we have another segment where we do interviews, we bring in guests, and boy, we had some powerhouse guests on recently. We had best-selling author Chris Brogan, online business consultant. He's been in the game for, forever. Just an amazing guest talking to us about getting live stream deals, brand deals for our content. It was just awesome show that we had with him. We had Craig Bernie Burns, who's been in the motion picture industry for over 20 years. He was on the show last week. We had a best-selling author of Forever Employable, Mr. Jeff Gotthelf, joining us from Barcelona, Spain, all the way from Barcelona, Spain. So we've had some serious powerhouse guests on our live stream recently. So you want to make sure and go check out those replays. Not now, obviously, but you want to make sure that you go check out those replays. Daniel Alleghi, yes, you're here. My Swedish consigliere, my Swedish forest mentor. How are you, sir? Daniel, great to see you. Please, if you wouldn't mind, I don't know if you know this. I'm not sure if you know this, but did you know that every time you share this stream, every time you hit that like button, aka the thumbs up button, an angel in heaven gets its wings? I bet you didn't know that. I bet you had no clue. Yes, it does. That's what happens. Also, it would just make me super, super happy, and you would just cheer and make my little heart pump and balloon up if you could do that. So I would really appreciate it if you could share this out. If you're new to this show, if you're new to what we do here at Nez Nation, this is a show where literally you can ask me anything that you want, anything related to online branding, online presence, starting, growing your online business, advancing your career, building your thought leadership, etc. Mindset, messaging. That's what we're all about here at Nez Nation. And I love doing this every single Sunday, coming and saying hello. And trying to help as much as I can. Charlie Dog's in the house. That's it. Now we can start. Now, no, I meant later, not now. No, don't watch them right now. Stay here, Charlie. You're not going anywhere. I command you to stay here. Yeah, no, I definitely want you to, stick around and but no, after this show, I should have you're right. Thank you, Charlie, for correcting me. After this show, after you listen and watch this, definitely go check out. Just want to let you know we had some powerhouse guests on. We had some amazing shows, and it just gets better and better and better. Because I ain't never gonna stop. When's the last time you heard a professor use the word ain't? I dare you to find one. Um, so good to see you. Let me know how you're doing too, and let me know how I'm coming in. I always like to check in with you guys and just to kind of see like, hey Nez, your audio's this, your this is that. Let me know if I'm coming in good because I try to put on an amazing show. It's just me. I don't have any producers. I have no team that helps me with these live streams. It's all me. And if you're interested in wondering, hey Nez, I really love your setup. Hey Nez, I really love your mic, or I love what platform are you using? I've got links in the description down below. Everything that I use, all my gear, my setup, the live streaming platform that I'm using, everything can be found in the links down below. So make sure that you go check that out if you're interested. Only if you're interested. But yeah, leave your questions in the comments down below. I would love to answer some questions and see if I can help in any which way. This is a show for you. It's not about me. It's all about you. And I want to bring as much value. I want to try to help as much as I can. And so make sure that you're leaving your questions. I know, Charlie, you and I, we had some interesting conversations. If there's anything you want to ask me right now that maybe would be super helpful to the masses. Paul, hey, how you doing, Paul? I'm looking forward to showing you everything tomorrow. Paul is a client of mine. I cannot wait. And by the way, if anybody watching or listening is looking for somebody who is, I would vouch for Paul any day of the week, but somebody who is, you're going to get a free promotion right here, Paul. I think that this gentleman right here is phenomenal in every respect. His customer service, his operations, management, leadership, innovation skills are bar none. And I've worked with the best of the best. And so, Paul, it's so great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to work with you tomorrow. We've got an appointment. We've got an appointment to work together tomorrow. How many of you, like right off the bat, I'd like to say this. I just produced a video showing you exactly how to do this. How many of you, let me know in the chat below, how many of you have, maybe you don't even know this is out yet. How many of you have used LinkedIn Stories yet? This is huge. I've been saying it for a very, very long time that video is the ultimate content, basically the ultimate way to communicate your story. And you don't need fancy equipment. You can use everything that you have that's on your phone. And really, stories complements that declaration that I made years ago in full-fledged. I mean, stories is the easiest, most convenient way to showcase who you are. It started in Snapchat. Instagram basically, said, hey, okay, we'll take that. Then you got YouTube stories, and then Facebook stories came out. And the stories format, 9:16 vertical video of you sharing. It's basically like vlogging on a more intimate, even immediate, I would say less produced fashion, which I kind of love. It's just it's like a raw vlog, if you will. But now that LinkedIn stories, what an atomic bomb to drop in the world of media and social media. LinkedIn stories has arrived in North America. It's been out for a while in other continents, and it's been out for a while in other countries, specifically some that come to mind are Australia, and I think New Zealand had it for a while. I think even Brazil or South America might have gotten it before most. But North America, it just got its North America release very recently, just a couple of days ago, and I produced an entire tutorial, which I'll leave in the description of this video and in the show notes. But also, if you go to my YouTube channel, you can definitely figure it out. Well, Charlie asked me something. Charlie says, yeah, I just mainly wanted to do some brainstorming about Facebook content. Since a couple of days ago, I realized I should be doing that, since that's where all the drivers are actually on. Yeah, I mean, dude, you just basically nailed something that I have been really this is the key right here. You hear people say, "Hey, Nez, I see that you're here. I see that you're there. I only want to be on one place, or I only want to do this." Well, if you really want to like reach your audience, if you really understand that building a personal brand is about serving your audience, you got to understand where your audience is. And if your audience is on Facebook, then you need to go create content on Facebook. You need to go engage with your audience on Facebook. And Facebook makes it very, very easy now, especially with live streaming. And I know you, Charlie, you're great at it. I would definitely recommend, and just have zero expectations. Don't have any expectations. Okay, now I figured it out. I'm going to be on Facebook and I'm going to create all this content on Facebook, and then boom, I'm going to see this amazing. I'm going to get 1,000 this, 1,000,000 this, or no. Don't have any expectations. Don't worry about vanity metrics. Okay, likes, followers, whatever. Don't worry about that. Go there and experiment. If you're new to Facebook or you haven't been, let's say any platform, TikTok is a good example. I've experimented with TikTok. I haven't really been able to get anything there, and I haven't been able to, and obviously I haven't really spent a lot of time there because I've got my focuses are, LinkedIn, YouTube, and my podcast. And so, I haven't really gone too hard on TikTok, nor do I really have the desire. And maybe that's a mistake on my part. And that may change, but don't be afraid to experiment, and your audience will let you know. Your audience will let you know what's working, what's not. And so, yeah, definitely, where have you been mostly creating content, Charlie? Has it been on YouTube mostly? Let me know in the chat down below. Where have you been focusing most of your time and energy? You're watching a live Q&A. Again, this is a show that we do every single Sunday, office hours with yours truly, your personal branding coach. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. I want to see you here. I love seeing you guys. I want to see you guys here pronto. So please make sure that you set your calendars. Make sure that you hit all notifications. Follow me on LinkedIn. Follow me and subscribe, and hit the bell on YouTube so that you don't miss these live shows. But also mark your calendars too, every Sunday. Elizabeth Fisher in the house. How are you, Elizabeth Fisher? It is so fantastic to see you. Please share this out and give us a huge thumbs up. Smash that smash button. I would really, really appreciate it. Elizabeth says, "This is fantastic. Thank you for sharing. Since I started doing videos and stories, I've been offered to do special projects." Look at this. Living proof. Video can show your personality, which your vibe will attract your tribe. I love it, Elizabeth. I couldn't have said it better. As a matter of fact, there's no way I could have said it better. You said it perfectly well. And I said this to Chris Brogan on the show. I said this very recently. I said this to him, and he actually had examples of this himself. I mentioned this on a recent show that, I had a client that I accrued, somebody who hired me, who never ever commented on a video, never ever even liked a video, but had been watching my content on Facebook for the last 5 years. I mean, I've been in this game for a very, very long time. Early adopter, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, YouTube Live, Periscope. I mean, you name it, early adopter, YouTube Live, definitely LinkedIn Live. And so, because I always like to try to figure out, well, how did you get a hold of me? How did you find me? It's important as a business owner or a brand that you understand where your traffic is coming from, because this is another thing for you too, Charlie. If you're still here, I hope you're still here, is, the people that you work with or the people that you engage with the most, find out. Don't be afraid to ask them, "Hey, do you mind if I ask you, how you found me? How did you discover me? How did you even become aware of me?" Please, this is information that's huge for where you should be spending most of your time, where you should be concentrating your efforts, right? And so this client said, yeah, I've just been watching your videos on Facebook, and I was like, because I usually I can recognize, people who really engage, like Charlie Dog and Sweeney Dunstan and Daniel and Elizabeth. I can usually recognize like who's watching, who's there, who's not there, who's the real kind of main Nez Nation warriors who are engaging a lot. And I didn't recognize this individual, and they told me, yeah, I don't really like to comment, or I don't really like to do all this stuff, but I just loved your personality. I got a taste of who you are. I really enjoyed how you present yourself. And I was like, this is my guy. Something told me this is my guy. And here's the thing. There's a lot of people who feel the exact opposite. They're like, Nez is not my guy. I don't like his vibe. I don't like it. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. But guess what? Nobody is going to discover you. Nobody is going to be able to make that decision if you don't put yourself out there. Holy macadamia nut. Look who's in the house. Is that Tommy Pavia? Or is it Tommy Pavia? I always get this wrong. I'm so sorry. Tommy, it's so good to see you. Blessings back to you, brother. It's so awesome to see you. TP in the house. I'm going to call you TP. TP is in the house. Tommy, I love it. How are you, sir? I hope you're doing really, really well. Charlie says, yeah, I should ask that on YouTube and Facebook. Yes, you absolutely should. Thank you so much, Sweeney. You absolutely should. It's really important. It depends on your objective too. Like, look, there's a lot of people who are just doing this for kicks and giggles, and I totally get that. I love that. But if you're looking to advance your career, if you're looking to establish thought leadership, if you're looking to build a brand, build an online business, or what have you, people buy from people they like. People hire people they like. It's just very simple. Like, if you're amazing at what you do, but you're a dick, nobody's going to want to work with you. Nobody's going to want to hire you. I mean, there's been plenty of people that have offered me. I mean, I've left, you're not going to believe this, but I've left thousands of dollars on the table because I knew in my heart that this is the last individual that I want to work with. I do not want to work with this individual one iota. And, there's been times where I was like, holy mackerel, I'm crazy. What am I doing here? Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Right. And so, there's going to be people who like you. There's going to be people who don't like you. And it's a win-win because you get to really kind of show whether or not, you're wasting your time or not. It's absolutely perfect. Like Mamma Mia, Tommy Pavia. I love it. Yes. Okay, fantastic. I like that. I like saying that. That's a killer name, Tommy. You got to brand that, bro. You have got to capitalize on that fantastic lyrical name, Tommy Pavia. I love it. Good to see you, Tommy. I hope you're doing fantastic. I hope you're doing really, really well. Feel free to ask me any question you want because you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. I am your personal branding coach, executive career coach, online business strategist. And before we get into questions, and I'd love to get more questions here, I have not mentioned, holy macadamia nut, how could I not? I have not mentioned our sponsor for the show. Our sponsor for the show, if you're looking to earn more, grow smarter and faster, and stress less, you've got to go check out beyondtheboxacademy.com. This is the ultimate academy where we have 5-star, unbelievable, multiple reviewed courses helping you to chart your course, helping you to, where do I even begin? Where do I even start? Helping you to get yourself out of your own way, and so that you can begin to establish yourself and put yourself out there with confidence, with freedom, with a feeling of, hey, I'm doing the right thing. I've got a blueprint. I've got a strategy. These courses have all been reduced because of COVID. Go to beyondtheboxacademy.com. These courses have all been reduced because of COVID. Some of these courses were like multiple $1,000s. Now they've been reduced over 60, 70%. So now is the time to go check them out. So make sure that you go check out our forever sponsor of Nez Nation Live is beyondtheboxacademy.com. I'll leave links in the description and the show notes. You got to go check that out. You have to go check that out. So yeah, LinkedIn stories. I appreciate you, Tommy Pavia. I appreciate you. And I have to say it that way. I have to, because it's just such a great name. It needs that flavor. Tommy Pavia in the house. I'm so appreciative of you. LinkedIn stories has been something that, I really feel that this is a huge game changer, because now, I mean, talk about, reaching an audience. And again, I can't tell you the amount of views I've been getting on my stories. It beats Snapchat. It beats Facebook stories. It beats Instagram stories by a long shot. LinkedIn stories is a phenomenal way to, again, invite that feeling for your end user that, hey, and maybe I might be the person for you, or hey, maybe here's a way to get a taste, a demonstration of my vibe, as Elizabeth so put it aptly, my personality, who I am, and what I can do for you. And so I'm thinking about doing an entire video on how to use LinkedIn stories to build your brand, how to use LinkedIn stories for your business. I produced a tutorial on my YouTube channel. If you want to go check that out, I'll leave a link in the description that goes step by step how to even use it. How do I even use LinkedIn stories? And I'll share that. If you're watching on YouTube, you can check that out. But LinkedIn stories is a game changer. And let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see that. I'd like to see a video where you actually talk about very specific strategies, tips, and best practices to build your brand. And again, establish that authority on LinkedIn using LinkedIn stories. Let me know in the comments down below. Give me a hashtag yes. Give me a hashtag yes. Hey, Nez, I would love for you to create video, a complete video tutorial on how to use LinkedIn stories for business and branding. I will do that. We got a question here from our awesome Nez Nation family member, Mr. Sweeney Dunstan. Sweeney says, question: would you recommend adding an equipment links list in a video description, even without Amazon affiliate? Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, this is something that, I know that a lot of YouTubers are, and I'm assuming you're talking about a YouTube description, correct, Sweeney? And clarify for me if that's not what you're talking about. I used to feel that it was detrimental to have any links that took the end user off the platform, right? That this was a breach of trust with YouTube, and that YouTube, the algorithm, will penalize me if I send people away. This was a couple of years ago, and after talking to people like Daryl Eves and getting an idea of what videos really perform well, I found that the algorithm doesn't favor one video over the other if it has links or it doesn't have links. And so the algorithm favors, a good video, right? A video that people are interested in, that people engage in, that people watch. And so obviously the point of videos on YouTube, your main kind of goal should always be to create an amazing video, right? For your audience. And so I used to be afraid. And at one point this was a couple of years ago, at one point I even erased every link that took anybody off the platform. And I didn't notice a difference at all. And so, as a matter of fact, some of my top performing videos have tons of links to my products, services, and what have you. And it has no bearing, no impact. So I haven't seen that being a problem. And so if your goal is to help your audience, if your goal is to guide them in any way and say, hey, and I would mention that too. I would mention that and say, these are not affiliate links. These are just things that I recommend. Although I would kind of want to know why you're not turning them into affiliate links, or why are they not, especially if they're Amazon. It's so easy to create an Amazon Associates account. Why wouldn't you want to take advantage of that? Especially you, Sweeney. I mean, your channel is doing phenomenally well. I would say definitely monetize that. Why not? I mean, it's you're because the cool thing about affiliate marketing and having an affiliate kind of revenue stream is that it's if there ever was such a thing as a mutually beneficial relationship, it's that, right? Like you're helping somebody with a product that they need, and in return, they're helping you by earning a small commission. I mean, it's a win-win because you don't want to recommend products you don't vouch for. You don't want to recommend products that you don't want to recommend products that you don't fully endorse yourself or that you use or implement yourself. At least that's kind of the first for affiliate marketing and creating, because affiliate marketing, I know people who make hundreds of thousands of dollars just through their affiliate revenue stream. And so, yeah, I would definitely monetize that. I don't see a problem with that. If this is just a case of like, hey, Nez, I just want to be helpful to my audience, I'm good. I don't need that kind of affiliate revenue income, which, why not? I don't see why not. But and you just want to be helpful and giving, which is so honorable and cool, then yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You can definitely do that. Thank you, Tommy Pavia. Tommy Pavia in the house. Yeah, I'm glad that helped, Sweeney. I hope that helped. I mean, to me, affiliate marketing, zero capital, zero investment involved, zero experience involved. It's if you have any experience buying stuff, which we all do, you can make money through affiliate marketing and affiliate passive income. And so it's a no-brainer. I mean, right? I mean, I'm an affiliate of StreamYard, which I'm using right now. I've got a link down below, which I get a revenue from. I'm affiliate of TubeBuddy, right? Which is the ultimate way to skyrocket your YouTube channel, which I have a link down below. I have all sorts of, and that's just the scratching the surface. I have so many others that help me. I've got my own Amazon storefront store, which I'm in the Amazon influencer program. And so this is a no-brainer. Even Udemy, putting courses on Udemy or putting video content, especially if you got to understand something. You have an amazing skill that every business needs. Every business needs your skill. If you can create video, okay, that's even halfway decent, which I know, Sweeney, you can. That is an unbelievably high in demand skill. Every business needs you. And businesses, even small businesses, are willing to pay you exorbitant amounts of money for that skill. And so, there's so many. This is truly the golden age of opportunity. My man, Craig Bernie Burns, on the show very recently said this. We are truly living in the golden age of opportunity. You don't have to have 1 million subscribers. You don't even have to have 10,000 subscribers. You going after it, you actually creating and building relationships, you actually putting in the effort to communicate to these brands and businesses that, hey, working with me will benefit you. Me helping you get more sales, helping you get more exposure, helping you get more awareness will benefit you. If you make it about them, you will win. If you make it about them, you will win. Sweeney says, I know Neil is doing Amazon affiliate. Yeah, absolutely. But my second channel just hit 50 subs and didn't want to jack it up. I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about that because, again, this is sort of an expectation. It's the same thing. I hear a lot of people say, I don't want to monetize my channel. I don't want to start putting ads on the channel until I've reached 10,000, 50,000 subscribers. That's ridiculous. This is now an expectation with the audience. Audiences now expect to have ads in their videos, and also if you communicate it and you're transparent and say that, hey, I want to create more high quality videos like this, you're getting all this stuff for free by me putting ads in my channel. And ads, anybody who's smart and reasonable, which everybody in the Nez Nation family is, yes, they're gonna be completely supportive if you're transparent about it. Don't sneak it in there, or don't, I think you have to be open and upfront with your audience and just tell them to say, hey, look, this is something that takes a lot of time away from my main gig or my main job, or it takes a lot of time away from my family. And I'm not getting paid from YouTube. I'm not getting paid. The only way that I'm getting paid is through these other mechanisms that I have in place. With your support, you can help me keep creating this. And being a video creator and being a live streamer and a podcaster, I can tell you firsthand that every single piece of video content is unbelievably hard. You see these nice, well-polished 10, 15-minute videos, and you think, man, anybody can do that. No, no, not anybody can do that. The process of being a video creator, the process of publishing, creating, conceptualizing, editing, marketing, distributing a video is, I mean, we're talking, I've spent months on just one 10-minute video before. And when I say months, I'm talking all the way from conception to actualization. I mean, months. Research, keyword research, marketing, distribution, editing, delivery, execution. I mean, there's so much stuff involved. And so anybody who has a problem with you monetizing your content, or I would say, is not worth being in your audience. They don't have any understanding of what it takes to put this stuff out, the business side of this. So that's nothing to worry about. I wouldn't worry about it. If I may share this too, Sweeney, this was something that I feared early on in my YouTube journey and my video content journey. I was a very reticent. I was like, gosh, if they start seeing ads, I mean, they're going to think like, oh, this guy's, he's just after the money, or, no. That's complete opposite. People understand. Your audience is smart. Your audience gets it. They know that you are putting in a ton of time with these videos, with this content, and you're putting in a ton of energy. And if you're like, which is why it drives me crazy when I see people who don't have kids, who don't have obligations, don't have a mortgage, don't have a wife, complain about, I don't have enough time. You're out of your mind. I'm running 2 businesses. I've got a wife, mortgage, 2 kids. We have a leak in our house, that we're dealing with, contractors, insurance, plumbers, you name it. And I'm still busting out bone marrow content. Nobody should have any excuses. There's 0 excuses. I mean, if I was 28, 27 and didn't have all these obligations and didn't have all these things, I'd be producing a video every single day. I would be producing content relentlessly, fearsomely. I would be creating as much as possible. There'd be nothing that would stop me. I'm already creating pretty consistently, and I've got all this stuff going on. Depends on how bad you want it. How bad do you want it? What is your objective? What is your goal? What do you want to see happen from all this stuff? As a matter of fact, Sweeney, do you mind if I ask you, what would be your kind of end goal, or what would be something that would be like, this is where I want to be? What is the point of doing all this creation for you? And if you answer me and say, Nez, it's just for me, a personal creative outlet, I love you. That's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to monetize anything. Look at Charlie Dog. Charlie Dog says, I saved up most of my ad revenue and may look to start paying for a cameraman to come along and help with recording so I can focus on racing. Invest in yourself. Invest in your business. Treat this your brand as a business. It's even more important than a business, because your personal brand is your legacy. It's how the people, how everybody in the world knows you. It's your reputation. It's your ethos. It's your credibility. It's your name and your word. So invest in that. If you can get help, if you can even afford or have the capital to invest in a cameraman that can help you focus on the more creative aspects of what you're doing and how you're helping your audience, I would say do it. Put every penny into it. As much as you can, as much as feasibly possible. Obviously, I don't want you to put in all this money and then not be able to make rent next week. Although, you look at the big, splashes in the history of time, the innovators. A lot of them went broke and hungry, investing in what they believed in. Thomas Edison, right? Steve Jobs. I mean, these amazing creators and innovators, Henry Ford, they put everything into their idea. They put everything. into what they believed would be something that would transform. Even John D. Rockefeller, a lot of people don't know this, but John D. Rockefeller, who basically is the godfather of the Industrial Revolution, his business, Standard Oil, was not doing well. And actually, he started with, I can't remember, he'd started with something else before he went into Standard Oil, and he put every penny of his savings, everything into it. And now, obviously, he's revered as, being one of the, the titans of industry. Obviously, one of the most celebrated businessmen of all time. So very, very important. Yes, I love this goal. Sweeney Dunstan says, quitting my 48-hour full-time job and help others learn how to play Minecraft and YouTube. I love it. That is an amazing goal. Well, then invest and put everything you can into it. And look, if you're trying to leave your 48-hour a week, that's more than full time. That's a lot, Sweeney. Well, then have no fear. Monetize the crap out of those affiliate links. Monetize your channel as much as you can. I mean, you just passed a huge milestone. Like, your channel is getting amazing reach, amazing engagement. Monetize that baby. Don't be afraid to monetize that any day of the week. Yes, Just Samson in the house. I see you, Just Samson. I see you, Just Samson. How are you, sir? It's so great to see you. I love having Just Samson on the show. It's always good to see you in the chat, my friend. I hope you're doing really well. Welcome to Office Hours. This is a different segment of our show. We have our interview segment, which, again, we had powerhouse guests as Just Samson knows. But this is a different segment. This is a weekly show that we do, in case you're just joining us or in case you never heard of Professor Nez before. This is a weekly show that we do every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a hashtag AMA. You can ask me any question you want about online business, branding, LinkedIn, content creation, live streaming, podcasting, any kind of business question or career advancement, career establishment, career change, job search question. I'm here to answer all of that stuff. And it's so great to see you, brother. And please, as you know, it would mean the world to me if you could share this out and make sure you smash that smash button. Some of you guys don't know this, but every time you share, every time you smash that thumbs up, an angel in heaven gets its wings. I mean, so how could you not share this out? Is that going too far? Maybe that's going too far. Hey, Nez, take it easy, will you? I mean, an angel in heaven gets its wings, for crying out loud. Don't you want to see that? Hello? We're living in the golden age of opportunity, y'all. You can monetize what's inside your dome. You can monetize your expertise. This is not a young person's game. I mean, there are 18-year-olds killing it in e-commerce. There are 19-year-olds making $100K a month on Instagram alone. I mean, it's unbelievable, the opportunities that we have right now. It's absolutely unbelievable. Look at that. I love it. Look at that. Charlie Dog says, don't make me come over there. I love it. Okay, we have a question. We have a question from a LinkedIn user. It looks like maybe you have yours on private mode, which is totally fine. I totally have respect for that. Not a problem at all. Let me see. Oh, is that you, Darlene? Darlene on LinkedIn. Okay, Darlene, how are you? Okay, so sometimes you have to, your settings might be on private or not public mode, which is fine. And, people won't be able to see when I bring you in on StreamYard, it might not be able to see who you are. Darlene asks, how do you establish a self-brand and business outside your employer? And then she follows that up, I think, that identify you have made, but wish to grow as a self-brand for growth. Okay, so I think what you're saying is that how do you brand yourself on LinkedIn, right, without, outside of just what you do as your job? Is that correct? Clarify for me if that's what you mean. And I'd love to answer that. That's a fantastic question. First of all, your brand online is you. Your job is not you. Your title is not you. And also, what is it that you're trying to? What do you want to be known for? Right? What is it that you want to be known for? And let me know if you can answer that in the chat. If you can't answer that in the chat, that's fine. I'll still keep going, and I'll still answer the question. But I absolutely I absolutely love uh, I absolutely love this question because it's an absolutely important, very, very important question. Let me know if you can. Don't if you don't if you can't, that's fine. But let me know. Tell me, and everybody actually, everybody who's watching and listening should think about this. What is it that you want to be identified as? What is your objective? And then what you want to do is, once you've identified that, so for example, hey Nez, I want to be known for being a life coach, or I want to be known for being that person who helps people get through their anxiety. Or hey Nez, I want to brand myself as being the ultimate operations leader, somebody who can streamline and really produce efficiencies and reduce costs. I want to be known as the operations leader. Well, then demonstrate, show me. It's about showing, not telling, right? That's why I think video is so amazing. And so you want to and do it in your own way. Do it in your own at your own pace. Do it in your own methodology. But building a brand around that is basically what it really comes down to is what is your unique trait? Write this down. This is huge. What is your unique trait that you can exploit for the service of others? What is your unique trait that you can exploit for the service of others? The key phrase there is service of others. What problems can you solve? Who can you solve them for? And then build a brand around that. That's your that's your premise. That should be your mission. Your mission should be, what is it that I have? Try to start as narrow as possible in the beginning. If you want to branch out and do other things, which is why I always think building a personal brand gives you more flexibility than just building a business brand, right? Like you take Roger Wakefield, for example. He is a plumber and he's known for being a plumber, but everybody doesn't just say, well, there's the plumber, even though he's the expert plumber. His brand is Roger Wakefield, right? So his website, everything is Roger Wakefield, even though that's what he really does. And what that does is, now that he's become such a huge, he's just blown up on YouTube. I think he's passing, he's almost at 200,000 subscribers, which is insane because he just started a couple of years ago. He can also start doing branding. He can also start teaching people YouTube. Instead of having theplumber.com, right, or something like that, he's Roger Wakefield. And so people can identify him as, okay, yes, he is a plumber, but he's also a content creator. He's also an influencer. He's also a branding individual, or what have you, or he's also a video creator. The personal brand gives you more flexibility, I hope that makes sense. Oh, I love this. I want to be known for advocacy of mental health and disability rights. Definitely, I'm assuming that's consulting businesses on diversity hiring. Yeah. So build your brand around that. So who needs that kind of help? What businesses and companies? If we're talking about diversity and we're talking about advocacy of mental health and disability rights, what is it that you possess will help solve, companies, brands, and businesses' disability, mental health problems and diversity hiring issues? And build your whole brand around that. Write articles. If you're not into video, write articles. Write articles that are all about, hey, here I'll give you an example of a perfect post, especially on LinkedIn. A perfect post for that would be, here are 10 things you need to consider in order to really convey that you're a business that is inclusive and follows diversity guidelines. If you want to become more diverse in your business, here's 5 things you can do today, right? You could do videos on that. You could do, LinkedIn stories would be phenomenal. And just really solving problems, finding out what that audience needs, and then you being the solution to that. Your content, if you want to advance your career, if you want to grow your business, you have to understand that people have a vested interest in themselves. They want to know what they can get out of it. The biggest problem I see when people are building their brands is they make it all about them. This is what I can do. This is what I'm good at. This is what it's I. It should always be about them. What can you do for them? What is your expertise and knowledge? How does your expertise and knowledge for diversity hiring help solve problems for these entities? All your content should be geared around that. For example, for me, if you look at my 5 last pieces of content, I have how do you get your first customers for your online business, a full coaching call, which I just published. You need to go check out immediately. How do I get my first customers for my online business? Video. It's an hour-long video, in depth. It's a coaching call with an actual business owner where I go through step by step. This is how you do it, right? So, that's my brand. My brand is helping you advance your career and grow your online business, right? And so that's a huge problem. People have a problem finding their first customers. Hey, Nez, I followed your advice. Hey, Nez, I'm starting my online business, but I'm not getting any leads. I'm not getting any clients. I'm not getting any customers. So that content, which is a part of my brand, which branding is just you demonstrating to the world how you can bring value. That's all it is. It's modern communications, right? That's what it is. It really is that. It's modern advocacy, right? That's me helping them. Does that make sense? I hope that helps. Thank you so much, Tommy. You're absolutely right. Just Sampson says, Robert is not just a plumber. He is the plumber, right? And, I have an entire playlist too. If you're still here, I have an entire playlist, on LinkedIn branding, right? Because, I'm an executive career coach for LinkedIn and a brand consultant for LinkedIn. And so, I've got over 200 plus recommendations on my LinkedIn profile. Those are all real clients that I've helped, right? And so, this is huge. So I create content helping people to, navigate LinkedIn. And I just had a tutorial on how to do LinkedIn stories. I'm probably going to do 2 or 3 more videos, how to brand yourself using LinkedIn stories, how to brand your business using LinkedIn stories, what are some great topic ideas for LinkedIn stories. So helping people solve their problem. What most people do when they create content is that, hey, I am good at this. I'm the best at this. I've got 4 degrees and I've got awards and I've got certificates and I don't care. What can you do for me? I'm a best-selling author. I'm a this, I'm a that. Okay, fantastic. Now what? What can you do for me? I know that I don't want to make that sound harsh. Obviously your accomplishments and your goals are amazing and your achievements are exemplary. They're fantastic. They're great. But you need to in order for people to even care, you need to first demonstrate to them why they should care. Why they should care. Mahmoud from Irvine. How are you, Mahmoud? Great to see you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much. Make sure that you share this out. And again, if you're just joining us, what you're watching is Office Hours with yours truly, your personal branding coach. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, answering all your questions. Bring your questions every week. Bring your questions. I'm happy to answer them. And please, we would love it if you could share this out. Smash that smash button, hit that AKA the like button. We would love for you to share this out. We want to try to help as many people as possible. And y'all know sharing is caring. We usually go live for about an hour usually. Sometimes we go over, sometimes we go under. But I really love this format. I really, really love hanging out with you guys because look, as much as I want to help you, I get inspired by you too. And when you come to a Nez Nation live stream, you're getting an amazing community, family of unbelievable content creators, business owners, executives, podcasters, live streamers. I mean, branding experts. You're getting an unbelievable group, bringing more humanness to this digitalness. That's our mission statement. Bringing more humanness to this digitalness. People want to rag and tag, and they want to denigrate social media. They want to say that it's doing all this and doing all this time. I hear about this Netflix documentary, which I'm not even going to watch. Yes, of course. Are there bad things about social media? Yes, but it's not social media's fault. It's not online. It's not these tools. These are just tools. It's the person behind that tool. And so when I say bringing more humanness to this digitalness, I'm trying to say that this is an amazing opportunity. I'm trying to say that this is an amazing way for us to come together, help each other, collaborate with one another, work with one another, inspire one another. This doesn't have to be the denigration of society or the downfall of, humanity. We're bringing more humanness to this digitalness. So I hope that makes sense. And we're bringing it to you live every single Sunday. Also, let me know in the comments down below. This is another thing. If you want to find content ideas, I hope you're still here. Let me see if she's still here. I hope you're still here, Darlene. Is it Darlene? Because one of the things that, let me know if you're still here. Here's another way for you to find out. If your audience, if you find out what kind of content to make, and that is that you can go directly to your audience. Just go directly to your audience and ask them and say, hey, what do you want to see? What are your challenges? What are your problems? What are the obstacles that you're facing? And I'm going to ask that right now. If you have anything like that, leave it in the comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Or you can always just, if you're not comfortable, you can always email it to me, right? I'm at Nez@ProfessorNez.com. Feel free to email me anytime. I'm totally happy to answer that. And that's where, I would say that probably 95%, if not higher, I mean, I'm just throwing that number out there. It's probably way more than that, of my content comes from you guys. I make content that delivers and serves you, not serves me. It serves you. If I made content that serves me, I would create, content that's just goofy and funny and silly and just showcases my accolades and my achievements or anything like that. That's content for me. No. I want to create content for you that helps you with problems, challenges, and obstacles. And so think about that too, Darlene, if you're still here. Yes, she says she's still here. Thank you so much, Tommy Pavia. Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Pavia is in the house. You got to do it like this. Hey, what am I? What am I talking about over here? I'm Tommy Pavia. Don't make me come over there. What am I, a clown? Am I here to amuse you? Am I here to amuse you? Tommy Pavia. When are you going to cook me some baked ziti, Tommy Pavia? Lord knows I can eat. Yes, Darlene, you're still here. Okay, fantastic. So yeah, make sure that's you want to, what I would do right now. Darlene, do you have LinkedIn stories? Give me a thumbs up in the chat, or give me a hashtag yes. Who has LinkedIn stories? Give me a hashtag. Anybody, give me a hashtag yes in the chat. Type that in there. How many of you have LinkedIn stories now available? When you look up, okay, at the top of your profile, you see those little circles, right, with people's name and face, indicating that you have LinkedIn stories. Let me know. Give me a hashtag yes in the chat. If you don't, give me a hashtag no. They say, Nez, I don't have LinkedIn stories. Give me a hashtag no. Thank you so much, Samson. Good to see you, brother. I hope to see you here more often, man. Love having you on the show, brother. Love having you in the chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Okay, Darlene says, yes, I've seen it. I've never used it. Okay, well, then you got to go check out my tutorial. you have got to go check out my tutorial at YouTube. Okay, go to YouTube, or actually go to my profile, and it should be the second link on my featured section. Okay, and it'll show you exactly how to use it. And the reason I was saying this, Darlene, is that that's a great way for you to start building that connection with your audience. You can literally go on a LinkedIn story and just say, hey, my name is, XYZ. What I try to do is help companies and businesses, to become more diverse, to understand why diversity is important, why it matters. And let me know, what challenges are you guys having related to this XYZ or diversity or whatever it is. I mean, you'll probably get responses, because you can respond to LinkedIn stories. You should, Tommy Bavia. And you'll see responses. Watch what happens. You'll see responses and people saying, hey, yeah, this is the problem that we're facing. Or, hey, I noticed your LinkedIn story. I can't tell you how many times I've had somebody reach out to me and say, I watched your video last week, and I just wanted to reach out to you and say, hey, I heard your question. I heard what you were talking about. And, I'd love to talk to you more about it. Do you want to jump on a quick virtual chat? Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't tell you how many times that's happened. It happens all the time. Putting yourself out there is something that you have to do if you want to build a brand, or if you want to advance your career. You have to put yourself out there. Your resume is two-dimensional. Okay. Many would say one-dimensional. Your resume doesn't give me the full breadth and depth of who you are. I need to feel you. I need to see you. I need to, and the difference is that we have so many opportunities to do this now. Back during the financial collapse, I've been through a few at my age, but the one that we all remember in 2007, 2008, everybody got laid off. Everybody, the universities were not hiring. And so I was sending out resumes day in and day out. But this is way before the iPhone was what the iPhone is today. I mean, the iPhone, I think, wasn't even invented yet. And I hired a videographer, which cost me a pretty penny, to film on a VHS Betacam, right? To film a lecture of mine. Because I knew, and I put it on a DVD or a CD-ROM or whatever you want to call it, which, I mean, that's like, talk about ancient, right? And, I knew that I had to do something extra if I wanted to provide for my family, if I wanted to get teaching gigs, I had to do something extra. And so I created this DVD and I sent it out, right, to all the chairs and all the deans that were hiring. And I can't tell you how absolutely powerful that was. It paid massive dividends for me. People loved it. They was like, wow, this set you apart. This actually, I get a taste of your style, how you engage with students, how you communicate, your lesson plan, your curriculum, your energy. It's everything. Video is everything. This is it. You've got to check this out. Tommy Pavia has a question. So appreciate you. So appreciate you, Tommy. Thank you for being here. Tommy says, can you post matching text to match the video's audio on LinkedIn? Not automatically. You'd have to do it yourself. So as far as I know, I think what you're saying is, can you add subtitles to your video, right? Is that right? Or audio content? I think that's what you're saying. And you can go to a company called rev.com, which Rev will actually subtitle and add caption to your videos. There's a lot of other companies out there too. Or you could use Apple Clips. I mean, they'll actually do the text while you're recording. It's not always accurate, but it's pretty good. It's gotten better, I think. And so if you have an iOS phone, I'm sure there's something like this on Android, but if you have an iOS phone, you can always use Apple Clips. And when you're recording something, it will actually transcribe through text what you're saying. You might have to probably go in there and edit it and change it a few things, because it doesn't get everything right. And you'll have to talk kind of very, I don't use Apple Clips because I can't be me. All right. I mean, I talk fast, think fast, and I'm all over the place. But that's a great way to start if you want to start and just kind of get a taste of having text in your videos and your content. But rev.com is a great place too, because I think they only charge like $1 a minute or something like that of captioning. It's really inexpensive. And, I want people to actually watch and hear me. I don't want people to read my videos, even though there's all this data that would show that people like to watch videos with the sound turned off. I don't really want those people. I want people to really get fully immersed in my content. So I used to add text to my, and kind of, I used to add memes, video square memes to my video. I don't really do that anymore. I want them to watch. I want them to immerse themselves in my content, get a feel for me. And really, that shows me they care. They invest some time into checking me out. Those are the kind of people I want. That's what I call a highly qualified lead. And so I hope that makes sense. I'm absolutely grateful for you, Tommy Pavia. Okay, does anybody have any last second questions before we get out of here? Just in case you're just joining us, you are watching Office Hours with yours truly, Professor Nez. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere we go live. We're doing a multicast. We are going live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, my Facebook business page, Twitter, Periscope, and Twitch. And we go live every single Sunday. Plus, I'm bringing you amazing guests, amazing guests. If you haven't checked out those interviews with Chris, Craig, and Jeff, go check out those interviews on my YouTube channel. I've got an entire playlist. Also, I just published 2 videos, how to get your first customers and how to use LinkedIn stories. Go watch those immediately. They will absolutely provide bone marrow value. I mean, I got content that's just going to get right inside your bones. Yes, absolutely. That's correct, Tommy. Rev.com and Apple Clips. And so make sure that you go check that out immediately. Again, I love seeing you guys here every single week. I love hanging out with you guys. I love answering your questions. And it just means the absolute world to me that you guys are here. I appreciate you guys like no other. And I hope that you will really be here every single Sunday and bring your questions. Get your questions ready, and I'm ready to answer them. Mr. John Foster is in the house. He has a question. What are your thoughts on putting a resume in the featured section of LinkedIn? Great question. Absolutely not. LinkedIn is a different animal for 2 reasons. Absolutely not. Do not post I see people doing this. Number 1, it reeks of desperation, like hire me. Number 2, your LinkedIn profile is a much more powerful way of communicating your narrative than just having your resume up there. And plus, people can steal your design. They can steal your bullet points. We don't want that, right? We worked very, very hard on that resume. And so definitely don't do that. I would say that you have to understand that LinkedIn is your virtual business card. LinkedIn is in some ways your virtual resume, but better. And so LinkedIn is meant to draw the right people in. You vet them first, okay? Find out who they are, what they're all about. If they're legit, then you send them your resume. Does that make sense, John? Do not. I see people posting their resumes on LinkedIn all the time. That is a big, big no-no. Don't do that. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I'm open to opportunities, or I'm available to work, or using that filter that you can use on your profile picture. But I would not post your resume on your LinkedIn profile. They're going to get all the information on your LinkedIn profile. And then if they're interested in learning more, they'll contact you and say, hey, I'd love to see your resume too, if there's anything. But if you did a good enough job on your LinkedIn profile, that will do the trick. That will do the trick. And so that is the way to do that. I see people doing that all the time. It's just a really, really big no-no. Tom Nash in the house. You're late, Tom. We're just about to leave. Where have you been all my life, Tom Nash? Good to see you, brother. Yes, Darlene, very good. Yeah, very good. I like the way you said that. Absolutely. And that's important. I love that. You can add captions. You can add captions to your videos after the fact too, I think, especially on YouTube. And I always offer caption servicing or automatic captions on my YouTube videos. Obviously, it's not 100%. It's not as accurate if you do it yourself. Yes, I am. That's a great question. Tommy Pavia asks, are you using a specific platform to multi-stream? Yes. If you go to the description of this video on YouTube, Tommy, if you go to the description, or if you're listening on the podcast or the replay, I have a link to this platform that I'm using, which I use only now from now on. I've been live streaming since early adopter of Twitter Live, Facebook Live, LinkedIn Live, YouTube Live. I've been live streaming for 5+ years on these platforms. And I've used them all. And so this one is the best one. This is the best one that I think. I think that this, with ease, convenience, you don't have to be a tech person to figure it out. It just makes it so simple. I have a link to that in the description down below. So make sure you go. And actually, the link in the description is you can get a free trial of this platform. So you don't have to worry about being committed. You can actually try it out for a while first before you commit to any money. I would highly recommend that you do get the paid version, because you just get a lot more, but try it out first for free and see if you like it, see if you get a good feel for it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Darlene. Thank you. Dale Roberts in the house. Of course, right when we're about to leave, all the All-Stars show up. Hey, Dale, I was talking about you the other day because I had a couple of guests on the live stream podcast who were returning guests. And I said, there's only one guest who's going to get the Nez Nation jacket so far. And I gave a shout out to you, Mr. Dale Roberts, the self-publishing maestro. Just an amazing creator, live stream content creator, an expert. It's so great to see you on a Sunday morning, Dale. How in the world are you, brother? Yes, Dale has been on the show 5 times, once with his brother, including once with his brother, Walt, which we did an interview not that long ago, a couple months ago. Excuse me. It was amazing having you on the show. Awesome time as always. It's so good to see you, Dale. Thank you for being here. What's your question? It's okay. Go ahead, Charlie. I'd love to answer it. You know what? Screw it. Go ahead. Ask away, because I want to try to help as much as possible. And even though, sometimes we go over, it's not a big deal. We got all these amazing people here on the chat now, and I love having more people on the chat. What is your question, Charlie? I'm happy to answer it. Tell me what your question is, brother. I am here for you. Make sure you share this out. And those of you just joining, you know what you need to do. You need to smash that smash button, AKA that big thumbs up button. That's what you need to do. So make sure that you smash that. If you're not smashing that, you're going to make me very, very, I'm going to be very, very sad. And you don't want to see me be sad, do you? We definitely don't want to see that. Every week, guys, we go live Sundays, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. We go live. I'm here to answer your questions. So Charlie, if you have a question, please feel free to ask it. I'm happy to answer it. And I have no problem doing that. It's been a fantastic stream as always. A lot of great questions coming from all you amazing professionals, content creators. I love it. I just absolutely love it. I love this format. And if you're thinking about getting into live streaming, this is a great way, because Tommy, I know you were asking about live stream platforms. This is a great piece of content that you can actually, a lot of people are afraid to do live Q&As, right? And I don't really understand why they would be, unless they didn't know what the hell they were talking about. If you know what you're talking about and you believe wholeheartedly in your heart that this is what this is your expertise, you shouldn't be afraid to do a live Q&A. But this is, to me, if there was such a thing as I don't want to say easy, because there's nothing easy when you do this, but just a way to get on here and just really maybe a faster way to get cooking. doing a live Q&A is extremely powerful. Okay, let's see. Charlie Dog says, let's say I want to race professionally. What would be some suggestions for social media? How to put out there properly that I want to race professionally? Well, I don't think it's any different than what we've been talking about. It's how you present yourself. It's how you deliver. Where are the people who would recognize or appreciate a professional racer? You need to first identify where that audience lives, eats, sleeps, and breathes. Let's just say, for example, they're on LinkedIn, which would seem reasonable because most company decision makers are on LinkedIn, right? Well, then really targeting those people and targeting all your content, doing definitely video content, doing a LinkedIn live broadcast. I mean, imagine this, Charlie, you could be the only professional racing live stream on LinkedIn. I don't know if there is even a live stream on LinkedIn dedicated to racing. And just present yourself in a professional manner. I mean, if you want to be a professional racer, then you need to own it. You need to deliver. You need to project that professionalism. But first is really identifying where are those people? Who are the people who would even care, or who could actually say, hey, we want this guy. This guy, is really good at what he does. He's an amazing racer. We want to hire him, or we want him on our team, or we want to at least have a conversation with him. Find out where those people are, and then shove every chip into the pot. Go all in. That's what I would say. It's not really that much different than what we've been talking about. Really, that's branding 101. That's content marketing 101. Yes, Tommy Pavia. Yeah, I would say on LinkedIn for sure, Charlie. I mean, you're still doing that on YouTube. You're doing that on other platforms too. And Facebook, I think, do not underestimate Facebook, even though it's not really become a place where you can get organic reach anymore on Facebook. I mean, Facebook organic reach has died a slow death, maybe a fast death. But LinkedIn would be a great place to start, but Facebook might be ideal too. Don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to try different things. Don't be afraid to, put yourself outside of your comfort zone, maybe for a little while. It's fantastic. Thank you so much, Tommy Pavia. You are the man, the myth, the legend, Tommy Pavia. Your Q&As are great, Tommy says, and I appreciate the informative and engaging style of live streaming. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. Have you subscribed to our podcast, Tommy? We're everywhere. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify. We're on Google Podcasts. Just go type in Nez Nation Live, Personal Branding 101. All of you need to subscribe to the podcast, because all of these streams end up going on the podcast and a whole lot more. All the guests, because I love podcasting. I listen to and let me know actually in the chat, where do you listen to podcasts mostly? The car and the gym seem to be kind of the top two slots for listening to podcasts. But actually, my favorite place of listening to podcasts is I have it on when I first wake up in the morning, and I'm checking my emails and getting ready for my day and organizing what needs to be done, what I need to focus on during the day. That kind of morning ritual is I'll turn on a podcast, and I love it. I absolutely love listening to podcasts while I'm getting ready for my mornings. Every single morning I do this. And I also do love it when for long drives and long commutes. My wife and I, once in a while, we like to go out, and we're very lucky that we will have my mother-in-law help us out with the kids. And so we sometimes go hang out with friends who can be like an hour and a half away. And so listening to podcasts on the drive is just like a no-brainer. It's just so fun. It's so awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Daniel Alleghi is still in the house. Good to see you, Daniel Alleghi. Yeah, definitely subscribe to the podcast, and don't be afraid to write us a 5-star review, because that would be really helpful, especially on Apple Podcasts. It would really mean the world to me if you could write us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, because that's where it really means the most. Even if you're on Spotify or Google Podcasts, it really means the most on Apple. We really appreciate that. Okay, guys, I just want to say again from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you being here. If you got any value from this live stream, please make sure that you hit that thumbs up. Please make sure, excuse me, that you hit all notifications, that you follow me, that you subscribe so that you can come here every single week. And if you're interested, if anything has hit you on any level whatsoever, I have to say this one last time. You've got to, if you want to, maybe let's say you're like, hey, Nez, I want to take this even further. Hey, Nez, I want to really get hands-on experience. I want to really understand what it means to build and establish my brand, earn more, grow faster, and stress less. Go check out beyondtheboxacademy.com. We've got amazing multiple five-star reviewed courses on helping you with just that. Over 60 to 70% off. These are courses that used to be $1,500, $2,000. They're now reduced over 60, 70%. Some of them are as low as $200. This is your opportunity. So go check out beyondtheboxacademy.com right now and sign up for those courses. You don't want to miss that. It's absolutely insane. Thank you so much, Darlene. I really appreciate that. Yeah, bring your questions next week. Bring your questions next week. I'm happy to answer them every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're here. We are here, and we're here to hang out with you, and I'm here to answer all your questions. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you again, and I'll see you next week.